Well, hello folks. Hope you're having a good Sunday. The coffee is hot, the server is live, and we are going to hang out here and continue on with the Barracks project that we were working on last time here on the Citadel. It's a 4-year-old survival Minecraft server that I do geeky stuff in Minecraft with my friends on, and I like the layout of this. I think we're doing okay. I want to focus on the main building, I think, today. This one here. I think that's going to be the main deal. So we're going to need a bunch of stuff. Probably a revise of the inventory. And my name is Joel Duggan, if you haven't figured that out. It is the name of the channel. Ha! Put. Punch. I guess we should do the other stuff first. Cobble, grass, dirt. PvE doesn't count unless you make the noises. The only thing I like about the noises in PvE are things like the drowned. I do find the drowned very funny. The whole bleh. It's very amusing to me. We're probably gonna have to pick up some of this again, but I'm going to want to at least reorganize briefly. We're definitely gonna need some planks. Keep the coarse dirt, I guess. Wood box we're gonna need. I need that. Where did my other three? Here they are here. Keep those. I need those. Probably gonna need cobblestone. Might bring some of these. I feel like I need some tuff somewhere. Karate Joel? That would be very funny if one of the actions in Minecraft, instead of a punch, you could actually do like a karate chop. You could do like a wooden hand on a stick. And karate chop people. Alright, I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up down here, just because it's going to be easier. Let's put the bed in an easy spot to get to. Same with you. Having one of those moments where I've been playing a lot of other video games and I'm using hotkeys like Q and Tab, which in Satisfactory are for your inventory, and I'm totally not at all using them correctly here. I feel like I need stone. Go with oak, spruce, or dirt and wood. This can go somewhere nearby. Let's maybe go here. All right. First thing, obviously, we're going to do some floors. So we need some of that. We need more of these. And obviously trapdoors. Some of these. Devil, thanks. Yeah, I try to stay pretty organized. So the idea here was to have the chimney on the back side here, but I want to experiment with maybe the chimney off this side because I feel like this could be something. We might want to consider making this just a little bit wider. Because we could totally bring the building out if we wanted to. Of course, I didn't bring any cobblestone with me. Oh, I did. I don't know why the building would go out like this, but it could just be like a fun, interesting shape. Plus, it gives me vibes of the warehouse over there. So we could do something like that here. I'd like to not use the same materials, so that looks like it's dark oak. So maybe we'll just do like a proper log frame here, although that always looks a little bit funny. Plus, I gotta make sure that I've got enough room. Let's go here. Obviously, these are all going to be textured very differently when it's all done. But it's one of the nice things about doing this stuff live is that I can kind of go through the process with people. You can see how it's done, or at least how I do it. So the idea is that this would be a table. So let's get it up high. We'll switch it to a proper table later. Right. So somewhere we would have to have a staircase down, or we could open this up. This. It does feel a little bit bigger. We'd have to sacrifice something along here, probably right here, to get a staircase to go down. Real True Turtle, hello. How's it going? If this is underneath the building, could always use it for storage area for the barracks. Yeah, I could do that too. Could just be food stores, you know? Food that comes in. I'm kind of just going off the top of my head here. So it doesn't have to be a big basement, but it's totally doable. I think that works. We'd have to maybe shave off a bit of the table. What happens when we move that forward? I sort of bump your head. Well, this could be a slab. I think I'm more comfortable with that. And now that I think about this, I don't know if a wood floor in here would necessarily be what would be in here. I think maybe a stone floor would be better. Would make this stand out a little bit more. Then of course you get into the problem of like, is there a stone floor over this too? Because then this could actually be something which would be cool. You could extend the height of the wall. Bring it right around. That solves the problem as to what to do with all this stuff. Make it a wall. Alright, well I'm down with that. Let's think about the actual materials. How the roof is going to go. I really love how connected this place is, where you can walk right from one place to the next and so on. Oh no, absolutely intentional. Something I work very hard on, actually. Looking into universities in this house right now, my wife is previewing Welsh ones. We're playing a game of how do you pronounce that? Nice. I went to school in Canada, so Mount Allison University was pretty easy to pronounce. So I'm thinking we go with some tuff and some crackstone. I guess I have to decide what kind of roof I want on these things. I think maybe we do a dark oak roof on the bottom. Similar to that. So I guess this would be peaked in the middle. Oh no, wait, this was like a stepped 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. So let's put the peak above the door. This is always the hardest part of this stuff, is deciding what roof materials to use that you haven't used like a ton of times already. Oh no, it didn't seem like you said that, Cosmic. I knew what you meant. It's a legit question. Like I totally. There are certainly some of them. I don't want to say they're happy accidents. I think that what happens is that I'm looking for opportunities to connect things, and because I'm looking for opportunities to connect things, it's happening a lot because it's part of the plan. Alright, so if we take this all the way through, this will keep the roof line nice and low. This is only going to be a one-story building anyway. And if we did another one here, oh, 1, 2, and then oops. Then over here, it'll just be the same like this. We'd have to figure out how to handle this part. That could come lower. I do it here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's fine. Agree with your comments yesterday about possibly finding a fabric mod that makes signs better. You could place them around here and there. Yeah, I think having like a medieval sign mod or something, I don't think that would be outside the world of what should be in Minecraft. Because, I mean, let's face it, the signs in Minecraft are pretty... they're not the best. I've actually been wanting to do something like that in Satisfactory as well. Adding signs to say what's, you know, in a container or what the belt is for. Putting a beacon down is kind of tedious. I'd rather have something that you could put on the wall. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I mean, it's gonna be filled in with spruce. So in between all of this is gonna be this kind of a thing. I think that kind of makes sense. We may switch the material on this building. Be something a little bit fancier. We might try to make it match the bone blocks a little bit more. And that way it'll stand out against these ones. That could make things look not so gray. Which would be nice. Yeah, the more I think about that, the more I like that idea. Matches a little bit more with the street. Given how heavily Minecraft textures lead towards medieval build, I think medieval looking sign is not far off from vanilla. No, and that's the thing, like I wouldn't even make it vanilla. I wouldn't even change the vanilla signs. I would just change how they function. Like what I want is a sign. You can't even do it with a trapdoor. I want a sign that sticks out, like a street sign. You know, think about this as a big sign. Like that. Like if the signs could go sideways, like that, without looking floaty. What's it looking for? Bones. Bones in bed. When building, do you have a vision in your head, or do you try to make it look exactly like the vision, or you just go with the flow, see how it works? Well, you're limited by Minecraft, so my main limitation is the scale. And so I've got an idea from watching a lot of fantasy movies and books and art and stuff like that, that I kind of know what I want it to look like. I try not to reference other Minecraft builds, although I did bookmark a couple of things from Instagram the other day. More for just like ideas and shapes and stuff. Texture and color, I'm going with what's already around me, so I'm not deviating too much. Like I'm not going to make a purple roof. You know, like I'm sticking with some of the stuff here. I might actually try to steal some terracotta. Like this has got some terracotta in it. I might try to add a little bit of variety here by putting some terracotta in this house. We've got the benefit of the way that this town was being laid out, the lore in my head, which is just for building purposes, is that this is an older part of town. You know, probably maybe around the same time as this. Maybe this is a little bit newer, but then up here, and all of this becomes a lot newer, so they're going to be fancier designs and newer looking things. So the main part is going to be probably a weird mix of the two, you know? That's why there's more white and bone blocks and stuff down here. Did that a lot in the second floors. Not a huge opportunity to do that here. Not that we couldn't. But even just a couple of blocks will totally help, right? Very different vibe. Right? Compared to all stone. So, anyway, just give me 1 second. I to excuse myself from the microphone. I got a sneeze coming on. Hold on. Sorry, we're at that time of the season where it's like super humid one day and then super not the other. Messes with my sinuses something fierce. So the roof line just is what it is. We can't really change it. Maybe we can make it lower, but I don't know if that's really what we want to do. Thanks, Cosmic. But yeah, Devil, as far as visions go, like, I have an idea, but it doesn't have to look exact. One of the things about Minecraft that you have to learn is letting go and not being able to do things the way that you want. because of the limitations of the blocks, the way that you can only have one block in one space, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think 2 small roofs on this place is going to be better than 1 big one. 1 big one is going to be massive. We can maybe put a window or something in that to keep it interesting. There's a nice middle to it. Oh, there isn't. Never mind. Thought there was. Do you like playing Minecraft because of the artistic challenges? No, I like playing Minecraft because of the quick way that you can create something. Like doing something like this in an art piece would take forever. You can 3D realize things very quickly in Minecraft. That's why you see it used in like urban planning and stuff like that. Yeah, we might try to do some variety in the roof placement stuff here. It does feel kind of strange, doesn't it? I don't think I want to go with a full log bottom, but I feel like we can probably get away with something a little bit more supportive. Maybe start to mix up the 2 styles a little bit. Nope. That looks awful. Maybe we should mimic what's happening in the main gate. Seems pretty easy enough. I do like that mix of andesite and cobblestone. Sometimes I think Minecraft is a voxel editor with very intuitive controls. Yeah, that's not far off. I wish I could do that and just build without placing or practicing first. Really struggle with it because I can imagine things very visually in my head. Some people have trouble with that. Like there's people out there like, and it's not a criticism. It's like it's a thing where some people just can't, they can't visualize things in 3 dimensions in their head. So I don't know if it needs a window, but we could put one here. So if this were the case, I'd say we'd probably want to do some sort of cap to it. So we might want to grab like some trapdoors, similar to what we've done here. Creates a separation. See how that kind of looks? That kind of looks funny. But if we do this, it fixes the problem. I've been drawing since the 4th grade, and that's what makes me a perfectionist in Minecraft. I think a perfectionist in terms of art, that's just a personality and practice. I don't know if it's drawing for that long, because I've been drawing since I was, you know, that age too, which is, depending on how old you are, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, it's one of those things that the perfectionist thing, as far as art goes, I feel like that's more of a, I don't know, perfectionist seems like a weird way to put it. It's more of a, well, I guess wanting to get things right is technically still a perfectionist. I think part of it comes from having done it before, knowing you can do it, but then having trouble, for whatever reason, the muscle memory or the execution in the most, you know, in your most recent attempt is not what you know you can do, and so therefore you try again and again and again until you get it right. And I think that's probably one of the things that kind of like leads to the perfectionist sort of thing. Oh, this has come out a bit. Crap, that's why it looks like that. Right. I did that wrong, maybe. Kind of a deep entryway. We can create a little bit of life with that, I think. When I'm struggling to visualize or get started on a build, I find that just starting placing bricks becomes much easier. Oh yeah, that's why there's all these weird stone frames everywhere. It's probably going to not look anything like that. I just need to know where something is in space, you know? This little bit is going to be an issue. Maybe what we should do here is do an asymmetrical roof. See how that looks. It hangs a little bit low. What if we just did slabs there? I think that's okay. It does feel very close to your head though, coming down here. Maybe we need to curve this path out a little bit. Yeah, I think that's okay. Making sure that it's got a spruce part in it is nice because it keeps it standing out against the building behind it. Although, I wonder if we can change the whole thing to spruce rather than have the dark oak trim. Might help it stand out more against this building. That's right. I think what we'll do is we'll bounce over to this other building as well and see what we can do here. The chimney is over there, so we'll probably have to do a double wide gable, or a gable that has 2 blocks at the edge. And the roof is going to start, I guess, here. That seems low. Oh, that's what we did there. Let me check some other buildings. See if there's anything that we've built before that I think would look good. One, two, three. So here they all start on 3. This is on half. I guess we can go with the half. So what I'm thinking about is where we're going to start the roof line. At least for the main building. These ones are definitely going to be like down here. For sure. That feels low to me. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, wait a minute. It has to be on the top of a block, doesn't it? Oh, thanks, Mish. Glad you like the stuff. Now here is where it gets tricky. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is where we had to start. This is probably going to be too tall. Ah, that's not bad. If it was too much shorter, you wouldn't be able to see it. I think it fills that space nicely in terms of that area. Doesn't overpower the tower, doesn't crowd it. That's cool. Let's see what it looks like with a full frame. What I'd really like to learn to do is gradients with Minecraft blocks. It's not easy. They don't make it easy to do. You really have to stretch your imagination. We're going to be doing some art streams next week on the channel. I need to work on my own emotes and sub badges, but also Shakespeare Girl. I'm going to do their stuff as well. Ooh. Let's just go with where we started. That comes out to, okay, so that would be here, I guess. This is going to bleed into the other roof, so we'll have to figure out how this is going to work. So originally I was going to make that all dark or all spruce, but I feel like we might have to mix it up a little bit. Looks good over this way too. So we definitely want to have some buried wood inside of it, but I don't want to go so far as to just do plain spruce. Not a big fan. Well, you know what? This doesn't look too bad. Could use oak. We'll try a little bit. Oops. Put that little bit in there and see what it looks like. Very bright. I wonder if we used stripped spruce logs, there'd be a way to strip spruce or strip dark oak. If there'd be a way to make it look, I limit myself very often by using stairs in my roofs in terms of color and texture, because you basically get 3, right? Oak, dark oak, and that's it. So what about if we did this? And just the whole roof like that. To figure out a way to handle the corners. See, I like the color combo better. Don't like the edge of the block there, but I like the color combo better. I guess the difference is that we could drop the roof inward, maybe? Thanks on the diagonal, yeah. So maybe the solution is to have it go this way. It's easier to climb anyway. And the whole point of this town is to try and like learn a little bit on how to build like this. I guess the question then becomes, is the edge of the roof now too light? I'm okay with the geometry of it. Actually, we could probably do the other kind of log, like the ones that go up and down instead. Oh, we're gonna need a bunch of temporary blocks to do this. Train guy, thanks very much for the lurk. I think I like that better. Again, maybe I used the wrong texture, but I'm wondering, maybe we have to start using some darker blocks on the edges. What do we have? I don't want to do dark oak. We've got deep slate. Nothing in here. I mean, bricks, but that's been done like 1,000 times. We'll try deep slate. A break when I'm ready, says Cosmic. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's do that now then, before I start getting up in there and noodling around with deep slate and different bricks. If you're new to the channel, I take a break about once an hour, and it's about that time. So I'm going to zap my copy, refresh it, and you should too. Get some snacks. It's Sunday, and I'll see you in about 5 or 6 minutes. All right. So we're going to try with some stone. See if that looks a little bit better. And of course, I don't have any slabs. Stone brick slab, cobble deep slate slab. Thank you, Cosmic. So then here we'll try the stone or the deep slate bricks. Okay, this is probably going to be the better of the two, if I was to guess. Deep slate is a nice color, you think? We'll take a look in the daylight. Mish, did Cosmic answer all your questions about channel points? I agree, it's not always obvious from a new user standpoint. Especially because each streamer can call their channel points whatever they want. So that looks more like roof tile, which is maybe not what I want. I still think I want this to be a wooden roof. I mean, deep slate works as a roof, but not necessarily a roof edger. There's nothing like darker than spruce, but lighter than dark oak, is there? Oh, good. I'm glad, Mish. Oh, that's hard. I don't know what I want to do. I know that the more I look at this big building, the less I like this little one. This little one feels far too important. Alright, well let's go with stone bricks then. I think I have enough. There. Did I not bring... Oh, here they are. We're gonna end up using this spruce anyway, so might as well just lay it all out, see what it looks like. So this is what I'm thinking for the roof. It's not bad. I just don't think I like the stone part of it. Right, the deep slate, it's not working for me. It would look great if it was all stone, but I don't think I want a stone roof there. I feel like I want something wooden. I guess it could be stone. Yeah, I guess we could go with a deep slate roof. There's one right there. There's another one on the other side of the river too. Right there. So that's deep slate with the tile blocks on the edges. I'm just worried that those are going to be too close together. Well, that's not that bad. All right. Do we have enough deep slate? Another question. We could also try basalt. Seeing as we're using the edge of the block. I just don't know about the how much purple's in it. Could try smooth basalt. Grimlinda and Adele Fan, thanks very much for the follows. Whoops. Double deep slate. Salt, smooth basalt. Let's try. We'll see. We'll see what looks good. We've got the room to try them all side by side, right? So might as well. Might as well. So this is pretty standard. Let's go with maybe 3 of each. Oh, more basalt needed. They look really similar from a distance, don't they? I kind of like the smooth basalt there. It's different. It is a pain to mine it, I agree, Grimhilda. That'll change in 118. It's going to be everywhere in 118. Well, we have a lot of smooth basalt, so we can just give her a go. I think the regular basalt... Sorry, not, yeah. The regular basalt. I don't think that that's gonna work. We could maybe pepper it in for a little texture. I do like the... Yeah. Alright, we'll go with smooth basalt. We'll commit to it for now. I mean, it's Minecraft. I don't like it. I can just change it. We'll try to figure out how to add some texture to it a little bit later. Because I'm thinking like we might be able to do something like this, where we could then hide the ends, although that makes the texture a different direction. I don't know about that. Normally I do these roofs in like stairs and slabs and stuff, but it's a little bit, it's kind of fun to have a full block to play with. Not entirely sure about the ends, but we'll have to do something in there. It's a very repeated pattern, like it's very easy to see the pattern. So we might have to do a little bit of adjustment. I don't know what other blocks would go well with that. Maybe some concrete powder? Nope. So this is what I mean by the color. Before on stream, I've talked about color temperatures and stuff. So smooth basalt has a purple hue to it, and this is way more blue or green. It's got more of a cyan going on. So while they're both cool colors, they're very different. We need more deep slate bricks. Which means we have to mine this stupid deep slate. Never thought we could have used that instead of the cobbled deep slate. The fact that these are two different blocks in the game is just silly. Like, why bother having two different textures? Like they're virtually identical. I know I can see the difference. I know that there's a difference. I can see it, but it's so subtle. It's like having gray and almost gray. Waste of a block. Hopefully they do something with it. Hopefully we'll get surprised in 118. Sorry, my mic is muted. Normal deep slate look like scales? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there's also a pattern to this as well. I agree. You can see the X pattern. I mean, that would be one. You can't even use them together, right? Because the textures have a different direction. So it doesn't look good. Like, this is all horizontal and this is vertical. Anyway, this whole rant is because I need to lay down a bunch of this regular deep slate and mine it up with my fortune pick. Because when we first mined it, we used a silk touch pickaxe by accident. Yeah, I know deep slate is directional. Still doesn't change the fact that the texture is virtually identical to cobbled deep slate. This whole rant is because I need to lie down. Nice. So hopefully we can get at least a solid roof design for this one building, and then we can put the roofs on the other buildings too. Be nice to be able to get that done. Right, so we can remove these guys. Whoops. And then we can start probably here. Go up with stairs and full blocks. What did I do over there? Oh, slabs. I did not make enough deep slate slabs. I know that right now. The other thing about using these deep slate blocks is that we don't have anything like trapdoors to round the corners underneath. So that's always tricky too. Fractal Fantasy, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Enjoy it however you feel like. We'll see you next time. That's good. So this would have to change. This won't be here. This is probably going to be here instead. I don't know whether that's going to be a staircase upstairs or what. Not sure. Where's all the cobbled heaps that go? In here. Well, those are blackstone. Those shouldn't go in there. So we need to figure out what the side of it's going to look like. Here's where we could maybe get away with some wood. I like... Where did it go? I like the alternating stripped logs. Gremlinda, thanks very much. Appreciate that. I've actually been looking into trying to do some voiceover work. But it's just item number 3712 on my to-do list. It's very difficult and it's a good problem to have, but as a freelancer for 20 years, you know, always looking for the next contract, always looking for the next bit of work, as podcasting and streaming has taken off and become much more of my full-time job, the constant need to look for work is still there. Like that panic of like always having to look for another project is still there, but I don't need another project because like, I mean, I need some work coming in, but I don't need it full time anymore. So it's a hard mental state to get out of. Lies, it's number 229. Well, I'm sorry, I embellished a little bit, I guess, Cosmic. I guess I was exaggerating a little bit. That's hilarious. Was it, which was in the middle? Light one was in the middle. So in through here. Oh, I missed a spot. I forgot about that. That's annoying. You can see parts of the thing. So some of this we can solve with a trapdoor, but some of it we cannot. That's going to be a roof. See what I mean? Like, you don't always have the right opportunities to smooth out the roof the way that you want. I guess One solution would be to completely cover it with log. Rolls Royce, hello. How's it going? But then that looks really bulky. Maybe we have to go with something like this. But then what do we do up there? Same thing, I guess. Gosh, that feels heavy-handed. Let's try it with trapdoors instead. It's the kind of thing that might not look nearly as bad once we step away from it. Get farther away. Could also try fence gates as well. Sort of like here. And we did it here too. You know what? Actually, that looks kind of more industrial. I'm okay with that. Maybe have to figure out something other than trapdoors at the very top, but I'm okay with this part. Opinions on voice acting? Well, I'm not an actor, so that's something that I'm probably not going to do. I did an animation bit for, oh gosh, I don't even remember what the product was for, but I was hired to do the animation, and they were trying to find someone to do the audio voiceover for the product advertisement, and I just said, like, look, I'm a podcaster. Do you want me to just record my own version for now as a temporary stand-in so that we can time the animation to the dialogue, and then later on you can get your own person to do the dialogue. And they liked it so much they ended up just using it. So that was cool. It was something for the University of North Carolina, and I don't remember what the thing was. It's the issue when you've got so many different little projects as a freelancer, trying to remember which ones you've worked on. The one that most people know of, but probably don't know that I did, is the MCC Championship logo for Nox Crew. I illustrated and designed that. It's on my website, joelduggan.com, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's not the trapdoor depth that's the problem. It's the trapdoor repetition, and we can't put that in the wall because, let me grab the rest of my smooth that blackstone, smooth basalt, and you'll see why. Because that actually isn't the wall, it's actually the roof. So the trapdoors are hiding the fact that we have to have smooth basalt here. Wait a minute. All right, here we go. Again, this might not stay. It's not awful. It's not my favorite thing that I've done, but it's not awful. Whoa, my face. Okay, hold on. Let's do the other side here. First, I guess we should maybe rough out the little roof on this guy. And I'm going to go look at the house on the other side for that too. Tara Sirius, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a good day. R. McNee, not everything can be a favorite. I don't know. I like most of you. Yeah, I know what you mean. Grimlinda, thanks very much. I'm glad you like the art. I mean, that's what I do. That's my job. This is really simple. This is just like a little, really nondescript. We're probably just going to go with the dark oak. I do like the variety you can get with spruce roofs, though. Like, what do we envision going along here? A bunch of little dark roofs? Probably, right? How goes the medievalness? It's going. I'd like to try to get the main structure for the main hall in so that I can springboard off of that. So each one of these is going to have a gable. They're 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. That's 3. This is 4. This is also 3. Okay, so we decided that was going to be the point for gable. And at this point, I'd say we just go straight for a slab. Nothing crazy. That should probably be a stair. Right, that seems about right. And same thing here. Whoops. That's kind of a weird look to it. Maybe it wouldn't come down this far. feel like I lost the shape here. And it's not to say that these only have to be one story. We could totally put a ladder in the back of them and make them two-story if we wanted to. Especially this one. Hard to wrap your head around when you've never done it before. So this is the one that is off center, so we can probably just keep the same gable location. Just so that we don't rock the boat too much. Yeah, that seems very strange. Feels like it's held together by threads of reality. I'm glad you like the deep slate and basalt roof. I'm gonna have to let it grow on me a little bit, I think, before I'm ready to fall in love with it, but you never know. It might be something that we can come up with a cool way to texture it that doesn't look so bad. All right. Let's see what we can sort out here. Might be being a little bit too much of a slave to the rough layout that I put down. Don't mind some of this stuff, but I mean, we can always smooth these things out, right, with trapdoors. This feels very strange. blocks rather than stairs. Yeah, it's a nice change, I think, to what we've been doing before. What am I missing here? I want more cobblestone. Let's just tighten these up a little bit. So I'd like to have the stone beyond the edges. Just like we've got over here, stone bricks on the edge. We just have to figure out where that's going to be. Wow, can't place blocks today to save my life. I think these are too small. They might benefit from just being straight up andesite the whole way, with the odd little bit of cobble in them. Make sure that the edge is stone. It just feels very odd. I wonder if the thing to do for these is to go with a super simple gable roof and not get too crazy with it. We'll just start lower. Or maybe these ones on the side can be lower. That's the thing too, they don't have to be the same either. comes out like that. Meets in the middle there. Maybe this one could stay the same. I was so close to being able to stay on the roof and finish what I was doing. Just letting you know you're at 2 hours. Thanks, Cosmic. Appreciate that. We're going to take a step away here in just a minute. That goes like that. And then this other one. No, it's the middle one that looks funny, isn't it? Wish you could jump off the scaffolding like a regular block. Do not find that it works very well. You know, that just seems high. Alright, well, like I said, I gotta step away for a minute here. If you're new to the stream, I take a break about once an hour. I just step away for 5 minutes, reheat my coffee, grab a little snack, and we will be right back. Right, let's go see if we can't finish off a roof. Oh, hi, creeper. Thank you, Cosmic. Invisible spider, I see you. So yeah, I think that's probably maybe still too high. Not entirely sure. The problem is that they overlap because I've got them sharing walls. So instead of having a place to connect and then go back up again with the roofs, they share a block, which is a little bit tricky. For some reason I don't mind that this one is taller on the end. Doesn't seem to make a big difference. Well, it's not taller, it's just the same thing, just different shape. So if we come across like this, gets us to here. Have to take a look at this from across the river too. See how this all shapes up. Hey Jay Price, we're working on the barracks from yesterday. Proving challenging, to say the least. So I think I'm okay with that, except for I've put the... Yeah, we need to figure out that end piece. I think I need to figure out the ends, and then I'll be able to figure out the middle. What, if anything, do you find challenging in Minecraft? The fact that building... There's no blocks that connect at angles in any way that I think is attractive. So whenever you have blocks that go up against one another in like a sideways sort of fashion, like an angled sort of fashion, I don't find it at all intuitive or good looking. So like when we're up here, I'm trying to connect these roofs, but for whatever reason, like I forgot how to do the basic roof, but I mean, I'm looking at them and I know how to do them. So I figured, well, if I can't figure out how they're supposed to look in my head, then just the easiest thing to do is just to plow through, make them, and even if we change the texture a little bit, then we should be fine. This is what I mean when they overlap though, like it gets really convoluted very quickly. So like through here, I guess you'd end up with a solid block. So a lot of the times it's just a matter of like taking that 3D line and pulling it through and seeing if it lines up the way that you want it to. I'm less worried about this side just because it's all going to line up with the roof of this thing anyway. So like this. That little wall we can probably just change to make the roof look better. I think I know what I've done now. When I cut the corners off these the other day, I think I have confused myself as to how I wanted the shape to be. If I brought that straight out, that means that that has to be a completely different shape roof. And then that becomes like too low, right? So these should be slabs maybe. Not Humo, hello. How's it going? But then that looks weird. So then do we go back to full blocks? Which means these are stairs. And so are these. Good, glad to hear it. Wish flower placement was the same as glazed terracotta. If you turn a certain way, place it a certain way. That's a great idea, J Price. We were just saying the other day how annoying it was that flowers randomly go wherever the center of the block thinks it's supposed to be. I find it frustrating as well. See, I did that wrong again. All right. I don't know why they don't make you grip stairs the same way that you shift on other blocks. I find it very frustrating. Most of the time when I fall off something, I'm holding shift. It's just that the block is not something that will let you shift on it. I don't know why there's that inconsistency in the game. I'm sure there's some sort of programming reason for it, but from a gameplay perspective, it's really frustrating. This to me just feels too big for what it's supposed to be, right? Like it rivals this, starts to rival the height of the hall. But then it doesn't look that big from this side. So there's the door. Yeah, that to me is just too tall. That's obviously too low. So then our options are 1, placing the block correctly. Yeah, like that feels more in line with what I want. All right, let's just commit to this in the middle. We'll figure the rest out from here. Always put in a loft or an attic because there's always so much space under a roof. Yeah, I do that on bigger builds. Try to do that on bigger builds, like barns and stuff. That's the idea with this over here. I might end up putting something up here. Like I might turn, this was going to be like some sort of window or something, but I think I might turn this into a staircase to go upstairs maybe. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what we have room for. As per usual, the smaller a build gets, the more frustrating it is when you're already like designing at player scale. I find these very tricky. Alright, so let's keep this one the way it is. Just like I said, don't mind that one. And then this one, I think we want to take this down as well. Yeah. I think one of the problems too is that I can get a little bit carried away with placing blocks too soon. But I don't know. On one hand, it is Minecraft. Like, you can really easily delete things and get back to where you started. I mean, especially when you're only dealing with like 3 little 4x3 houses. Like, this is not a heavy build. What was it we were talking earlier about perfectionists? Smaller builds are tougher to texture as well. Yes, they 100% are tougher to texture. All right, do. So we probably go back with slabs again here. I think it's starting to come together. I mean, it'll look a lot better when we add some texture and detail to it, but the overall shape, I think, they don't feel too big at the moment. This still feels like a really weird, giant, empty space. But that just feels strange to me. So maybe we'll upside down stair. And maybe this we can fix up with something. I feel like it needs something in there. We could have these as windows. That might work. Oop, wrong one. Well, at least we know the insides won't take very long. Yeah, I think that's better. Now we just have to fix this side. Oh, cool, R. McNee. Happy birthday to your mom. That's cool. Be a fun conversation. Random dude on the internet says, "Happy birthday, mom." Happy Chill Sunday. Exactly. It's what Sundays are for. That's that one. And then this one, same idea. I think what we'll do is we will fill in. Maybe this one gets an upstairs, downstairs. So this is the kind of random stuff that I just decided to do because I noticed that this lines up with the edge of the cliff, and Minecraft just happened to leave it like go all the way down to the bottom. So just kind of, if you pull, kind of like pulling the design down. Now instead of figuring out what to do with the landscape cliff, we basically have this nice building facade that goes all the way down. I'm just changing these out for consistent textures. I think there was a window here. Right, so we've got stone on the corners. Have to have andesite and cobble going down the sides. I'm trying to go heavier on the andesite. And less of the cobble. And that looks a little bit too much like a pattern. Oh, out of andesite. The Swamp Hag, welcome back. Good to see you. I think I misread your message earlier as from someone else, but 'twas seen either way. I think that has to stay. Nope. We'll come back to the insides afterwards, although since we're here. Oops. All right, so those are framed in, a little bit of texture, no detail. Pop over here. Missing a little bit of depth on the roof on this side. Ta-da. A little bit more andesite, I'd say, here. That's looking fine. So here we've got an issue where we need to finish up the roof line. Oh, I had to go that way, didn't I? Maybe we'll do the stairs too, just quickly. See if we can map those in. I knew I forgot one. Light that extends down the cliff. Thanks, yeah. That's what I mean by like pulling your buildings down the landscape. Usually helps. So it just looks a bit funny here in the middle where it stops. And so what should be there, I guess, is technically a slab at that level. But that's going to look weird, I think. So maybe for these pieces instead, we can do like solid blocks. Yeah, that looks terrible. That's what I mean, like it just... One is 2 blocks past the other. Maybe this one is too long. Maybe we need to even that back up a bit. It would get out of the way of the chimney if we did that too. Dirt block with the white bits is coarse dirt. Yeah, this is all coarse dirt. It's coarse dirt with like a random, like a 5% texture. It's done with Optifine. I find it keeps that vanilla feel, but then gives you that what you would expect coarse dirt to be. Yeah, I think the issue here is that we need to chop this back. And this is the end here. Then we can go like this and like that and like that. And then this is at least symmetrical. This is where you just kind of have to say like, well, Minecraft can't do anything different, so you're kind of stuck with it, right? I don't know what we're going to do with that space. That's an outside wall. All right, let's switch out the inventory quickly and we'll take a look at stairs. So we need bricks, cobble. Bit more bricks than I need. That's fine. I'm also going to need regular stone. From here. So other staircases around, we've had a very straightforward way of handling them. You'll see there's one across the way here. So it's got like stone bricks on the edges. And then it just goes down like that. The other one that I like is over here. And it's pretty much the same idea, but it has a lot more vegetation around it. But it also changes directions. And so what I'm thinking is, if we can work out a way to change the directions, then we can do another 3 houses, 3 barracks here, right? Like if I had the ability to come down here first with stairs. And then change directions. We might have enough room to get all the way down. I think we do. It's a little bit tight. Oh. Not quite. Not quite right. Yeah, we'd have to go right up against this wall, which is fine. Actually, instead of going straight at the river, what if we just made this a really big platform? And back down the other way. And what we could do here, oh, we'd have to make this even wider, wouldn't we? So I'd want this to have that edge to it that we have on the other staircases. Yeah, so I'd want to have this come out even farther, which is good because I don't want it to be right up against that. And that's where this could get into being more of a landing. It could have more of a shape. Now this could be a little bit more cliff-like, kind of like over there. If streaming Illustrator ever stuff falls through for you, you can get a job as a civic engineer. I think I'd have to go back to school for that, but thanks. I think that looks okay. We'd have to do something along here. Maybe an opportunity to have some chains in a wall. I think that works. I think that's better than what we had before. Before we just had a start here and went down once. More interesting. You might be limited to towns for historic recreation. Nice. Yeah. A possibility. Whoa, that's a wall. I think I need to pop across the river just kind of see what this feels like. Yeah, I think once we get another building in there, it'll probably look okay. So the building, that frame is actually going to look like this. So have this actually stick out. One, two, three, four. So this would all be like door related stuff. So there'd be another building right there. And we'd have to do something. Maybe we'd build the cliff out a little bit. Yeah, I think we could probably do something here where if we remove some of this dirt. Oh, that's actually going to be the floor of the building, isn't it? We're going to have to extend the riverbank a little bit, I think. So it's going to look a little bit precarious until we can make it look like it's supported, but I think that could work. So there'll be another 3 little barracks places along here. And we could maybe change the feel of this a little bit. Thank you, Cosmic. Yes, I need to wrap this up here. It does kind of darken it up a little bit by having another building there. But I think it makes that look a little bit more robust. Frames the staircase nicely, gives a little bit of added depth. This is going to be interesting to work with in the future. So we'll treat these the same way that we treated these. I'm hoping to do something more interesting with the roofs. It feels very boring right now. But like if you look at the rest of my builds, like you can do a little bit with the dark oak roofs, not a lot. So we'll have to change up the ridges with some trapdoors, you know, do something like that maybe. Anything at all to kind of make this look not so dull throughout. And then we can once we've decided on that, the building those will take no time. I like the staircase. The staircase looks pretty cool, actually. I like the winding down part of it. This will more than likely be stone all the way down to the riverbank, and we'll do some sort of like extended dock or something. It might not be wood. We'll have to see. It might be more like what's happening over here, where we've got like a stone bit that comes down to staircase. And we might actually take the grass away down here and have like the cliff be like rocks all the way down to the shore. That could be kind of cool too. I don't know what's happening here yet. I like it. I want to keep it. It will mean extending the roof out a little bit, which will be a nice way to break up all this smooth basalt. So that was kind of a fun experiment. I don't know if I like it. We'll see. I tend to default to like cobbled deep slate for roofs, but it's different. If I could find another block that would blend in with it well, then I would mess around with that. We can try basalt and see what's up there. Not sure what's going to happen here. It might just be in need of some TLC with the grass. You know, it could just need some overgrowth, you know, along here, which would make sense. Good spot for a tree, maybe, would be a good idea here. Because I don't have a lot of trees in other spaces. We've paved paradise, so to speak. So sneaking in another tree would be good. Actually, we could have another path go around to here and have a tree, a couple trees maybe. That could be cool. Anyway, that's going to be where I wrap it up today, folks. I might be streaming later on tonight. I might return to Satisfactory, depends on what's going on, but it's a beautiful day here, so it feels kind of silly to be inside all the time. So I'm going to get outside, enjoy the sunshine for a bit, but thanks ever so much for hanging out for this afternoon here on the Citadel. Don't forget to check out the Spawn Chunks. It's the free podcast I do every Monday with Pixel Riffs. That's going to be tomorrow live, talking about the brand new snapshot, the full snapshot for the first 118 snapshot that we've seen. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Listen to the Citadel Cafe as well. It's another free podcast to do. It's all about sci-fi and fantasy entertainment. Thank you to the folks that have followed, subscribed, used bits, done anything today for the support. I really appreciate it. If you've used a gift sub or received a gift sub, then you can connect your Discord and your Twitch and join us in the Discord in between streams. Last but not least, check out Patreon, patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's the most affordable way to support the stream. It's only $2 a month. It's one of the best ways to keep me streaming on a regular basis because it is something that allows me to take time away from work and spend it on streaming. And I can't do that unless we can balance out the support there. So September has been phenomenal so far. We have the most subscribers we've ever had at 164. We're 11 away from 175 and coming up on 200. And if we hit 200, we'll do a full server tour of the Citadel with Alistair McFly. So looking forward to all the cool things coming in September. There's only 12 days left. So hopefully we'll add more streams and we'll see what's up. So we'll talk to you in the Discord. We'll see you soon. Keep an eye out on Twitter for later tonight after dinner, maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock perhaps. And we'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye for now.